Hi everyone, I'm here today with Mr. Michael O'Leary, the founder of Drive Logistics, and he has just recently been awarded the top 7 of the fastest 50 growing companies on the First Coast. So Mr. O'Leary, how does it feel?
It's really exciting. We're very fortunate to have had an opportunity to come into a market and make these kind of headway so quickly. But it's not just exciting for me, I think it's exciting for everybody on the team. This isn't something that happens just with one person. This requires exceptional people working really hard all the time to create an opportunity like this. So we've got great team members at Drive, and we've got great truckers that run under our authority and are finding their way through this market working with us.
So great team members, great truckers, and great new technology. Apparently you have a brand new app out that you'd like to tell us about.
We do. We're really excited about the app that we've just launched. It's on both the iOS and Android platforms, and it's called myDrive. And it's the first app of its kind in the industry, and it really gives a tremendous advantage to our truckers as they work to build their businesses and ensure that they're getting paid what they should get paid for the work they're doing. I mean, it's a hard life. You know, you put 48 weeks a year on the road, and you should be able to go home knowing that what you've done is provide a great future for everybody that you care about. And you know, if you don't have access to information and technology that your shippers do, and in particular the brokers, then you might find yourself on the losing end of negotiations. And our goal isn't to create a situation where there's a winner and a loser. Our goal is to create relationships where both parties win, and I think our app does that.
And what makes this app so special, would you say?
Well, you know, there's so many apps out there that suggest that, oh, well, we can help with pricing, or we'll tell you how much you're going to make, or anything like that. And the reality is, in our industry, transportation is very much a commoditized industry, and it's not so much about sometimes the value of what you're doing. It's about the supply of transportation capacity versus the demand for that capacity. And so the market can shift during the course of a year several times, and sometimes in big ways. Our system goes out and actually talks to 4 separate databases in real time.
And by your system, you mean your app?
myDrive. Yep, myDrive. The myDrive app goes out and talks to 4 different systems, and it's actually a growing number of databases that we're referencing. But this current version works with 4 different databases, and it pulls everything from load to truck ratios to a rate profile in the market over the last 3 to 7 business days in real time. It's updated throughout the day, and it also pulls toll information, fuel prices. It does all of the quick math that's required to help you understand whether or not the opportunity that you've been presented with is going to increase your profits and give you the performance that you want for the work that you're doing.
And you do all the math for us? No math required?
Well, there's a lot more to running a business than math, and that's the easy part. Then the decision becomes the truckers as to whether or not the opportunity that they're looking at is the right one for them.
Right. And how does this help them know it's the right one?
Well, you can make a good decision. If you're negotiating with somebody and they're offering you less than the market rate, and you know that you're leaving an area where maybe there's a very high load to truck ratio. So in other words, your equipment is in demand, and you're going to an area that maybe doesn't have a great load to truck ratio. Why in the world would you ever take that load if they're not at least willing to pay you, within the market range? There's no reason to get taken advantage of. And a lot of truckers will say that brokers are evil, and I don't agree with that. I think that brokers are trying to keep as much money as they can, and we're trying to get as much money as we can for the services that we're providing. And a lot of times brokers just have a lot more access to information, and they're good negotiators. They do it all day long. Our truckers might negotiate 3 or 4 times a day. A broker will negotiate 30 or 40 times a day to move their loads. They get really good at it, and they get really good at it quickly, and they learn what to say and how to say it. And ultimately, that can put our folks at a disadvantage, and this really levels the playing field. You can never tell somebody who knows better that you can't fool them. If you look at your app and you see, hey, I know that I should get paid somewhere in this range for the work that I'm doing, anybody that doesn't want to do that, you just move on. You say thank you and move on.
Right. So it's like having your own personal negotiator in your pocket, or a little tool like, oh, okay.
It is the best way to access market information in the industry for truckers. It takes all of the data that brokerage operations spend many thousands of dollars to access, and it puts it at your fingertips. We spend many, many thousands of dollars a month to put this information at the fingertips of our truckers. The big brokerages do the same thing, and then they teach their brokers how to use that information. They teach their brokers how to use that information to maximize their profits. They let them know how cheap another broker might have booked a load in a market, in a given market for, and so that becomes the new goal. If you've seen loads move on a particular lane for $1,000 to $1,500, if I'm a broker, my goal is to be the next guy that moved a load for $1,000, or maybe even get under it at $900. But if I'm a trucker and I know that people have been getting $1,500, my goal should be the $1,500. So whereas before only the broker would really know the true range for freight prices in a given area, now our truckers know it, and they don't know it just on some questionable data. This is good, solid information that's updated in real time. Yeah, there are many other features to the app beyond the pricing, although I will say I think that's probably the most important thing. It's really the feature that can change the lives of our truckers by ensuring that they're actually getting paid what they're worth. We can always move the needle, and we can do it in a positive way, and we can do it while we're being fair to our clients, to the brokers and the shippers. Nobody's trying to take advantage of anything. We just, we're working in a spot market, and you should always get paid a fair rate commensurate with what the market is, because if the rates go down in a lane, you're certainly not going to be able to keep your rates up. They're going to come down with the market. But at the same time, the app is really intended to allow our truckers to have kind of a one point that they can go to run many different aspects of their business, whether it be estimating their fuel costs on a particular trip, or connecting with their capacity consultant easily and quickly just by tapping a button and having it dial in directly to them. It's a system that ultimately and I think that we're continuing to expand this all the time, but ultimately it should be the only app that they have to open on their phone.
Wonderful.
Well, our capacity consultants have kind of taken the place of dispatchers in other companies. They are the primary point of contact for our truckers. Sometimes there's a bit of an adversarial relationship between a trucker and a dispatcher, but our goal in creating this capacity consultant role was to really remove that. And we don't have specific client goals that we're trying to meet in terms of satisfying brokers and shippers. Our goal at Drive is to satisfy the trucker and to give them the tools that they need to be successful. So the capacity consultants, their whole job is making sure that the truckers' business needs are met, whether that be helping them with paperwork, helping to navigate a challenging situation at a shipper or receiver, dealing with broker calls if the trucker's not able to do so at that moment. Those are all things that they can do that support that trucker's business, and that's really the goal. That's the unique defining aspect of what we're doing from an organizational standpoint to support our truckers. It's really I've used the term before. It's kind of like having your own employee and that's really what they are. I mean, they're there to support you. That's their job. If they're not supporting you properly, then they're not doing what they need to, and they're all very focused on trying to provide that high level of support that you need when you're on the road for weeks out of the weeks and weeks and weeks out of the year, months out of the year. You need that kind of reliable support system that helps you navigate tough situations.
All in one place too.
All in
from
one
the
place.
myDrive app.
I absolutely think so. I think that in a couple of years, the folks that have had the opportunity to use it's not just the app changing the lives. I like to think it's the people behind the app. I mean, an app is just an app. It's just technology, and it may be great technology, but at the end of the day, if it's not backed up by great people, then it's nothing that you can really count on. But between the ease of use of the technology and the team of people behind that technology supporting the business interests of our truckers, I think in a couple of years, the folks that are running under Drive Logistics Authority are going to kind of go, yeah, why would I ever be anywhere else? I mean, this is where I have the best opportunity of realizing my goals.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Mr. O'Leary. We appreciate you introducing your new app, and congratulations again. And we'll see you next time on RealTruckers.com YouTube channel.
Thanks, Katie.
While you're here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new Real Truckers videos. Comment below and let everyone here at Real Truckers know where you live and why you love being a trucker. Thank you for joining the Real Truckers community, and be safe out there. We're thinking about you. And we'll see you on our next video right here on the Real Truckers YouTube channel.